right, good morning, you guys. I literally just woke up like 5 minutes ago. But today I'm starting a 3-day. I literally cannot talk until I have coffee. Today I'm starting a 3-day egg fast. So if you have done your research, and I highly recommend that you do, be sure to Google it, watch other YouTubers, even watch my own playlist that I have. But an egg fast is eating 6 eggs per day for 3 days. It includes a lot of rules, so you have to look it up on the internet or Google it in order to find out exactly what the rules are. But the main thing is to have at least 6 eggs a day, and that is what I am doing. I feel like I need it. I want to reset, and you know, I have been kind of chucking along and haven't wanted to do a change for a while. This isn't necessarily gonna, it is a change, obviously, I know that, but it's more of a challenge for me. Look at this cat. It is kind of a challenge for me because I still am not in ketosis. I can feel it. I don't have any strips still. I'm obviously strictly gonna have to go off of how I feel, but my friend Julie, who I talk to all the time, who I met off of the internet here, off of my YouTube channel, we talk pretty much every day, and she had mentioned that she wanted to do one, and she asked me if I would join in with her because she knows how I have been struggling. And I was like, you know what, maybe that is what I do need. It's been like 1.5 years since I've done my last one, and I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed the things that I was making. No, I'm not just having eggs 3 days. I make different recipes using eggs. So I will be sharing with you this whole journey of the 3 days. My weigh-in, which I am not happy about, but I will share with you because we are documenting this, is 173. So I'm not proud of that at all. It's definitely a huge regain that I am working on, and I have been working on. And it's very hard for me this time because that is the highest weight that I have been since I have lost, you know, 107 pounds. And I hit that goal in August, 2 years ago now. 2 years ago of August of 2020, I hit my goal weight of 133 pounds. So, you know, that's huge. That is like a 40 pounds up from my lowest. Like, that is ridiculous. I need something. So I think I'm really excited about this. Me and Julie were talking all weekend because we are starting it today, which is on a Monday, and we are doing it together. So I have an accountability partner, which I am looking for, which is absolutely great. And I feel like I can do this. I know I can do this. I don't feel it. I know I can do this. So I am going to start by making off my coffee. Now I am going to, you need to have, another rule is you need to have an egg 30 minutes before you wake up. 30 minutes after you wake up, and you need to have an egg. So I was thinking, I was like, oh, how am I gonna do that? Because I do not eat at all in the mornings, and I don't eat until later on in the morning. So then that got me to thinking about Amy's egg coffee that she had made, and I will link her video for the egg coffee in my description. But that is what I'm going to make for yeah, my first meal, if you want to call it that, is going to be coffee, because obviously I need to drink coffee, and I need to have something in there for flavoring. Like, I'm going to put my skinny syrup drops and stevia still, because I cannot go without that. Same with collagen. I am putting my collagen in there. I really don't think a half a scoop of collagen is going to deter. I did it last time. I actually made my coffee the same way as I always do during my last egg fast, because I did watch my own videos to find out what I was doing. And I did make my own coffee, which was with the heavy whipping cream and everything, but I'm not doing that. I'm subbing the heavy whipping cream for an egg. Let me show you how I make it. It is based off of Amy's recipe. I do want to say that. It is not my creation, it is Amy's. So I will link her egg coffee video down below. All right, so in my cup, I do have about a tablespoon of butter. And then next what I'm going to do is put in my half a scoop of collagen. Now I am using the chocolate Kiss My Keto collagen. It's really good, similar macros to the Perfect Keto one. I'm just gonna put a little less than half of it, and this is kind of just for a little bit of flavoring because the chocolate tastes so good with the coffee. Since for my skinny syrup, I am using the caramel mocha. So I feel like this tastes really, really good with the chocolate collagen as well too. Now, a big disclaimer, which I should have put at the very beginning of this, is I understand an egg fast is not for everybody. I'm putting just a couple drops of my stevia in here as well too. I'm just gonna do a couple drops. I understand that doing an egg fast is not for everybody, and everybody is on their different journeys. I want to explain that. I don't want any hateful comment or I shouldn't be doing this, I should be doing that, please don't do this, you need to do that. Everybody is their own person. You know, I always want to integrate that everybody is their own person and you need to do what is right for you. We are also adding an egg. 1 egg. Now don't knock it until you try this. I was really worried about how this was going to taste. It tastes really, really good, honestly. All right, and then what I do is I take my Emerge blender, and make sure that you have a cup that fits your Emerge blender in, and you will merge this all together, and it does take a little while because you do want to make sure everything gets well combined and that it gets kind of light and fluffy as well. All right, I am going to use my Emerge blender here and mix everything together. All right, so I have blended all of this up and my coffee is brewed. I just brew it in one of these mason jars. I know it's hard for you to kind of tell, we're at a weird angle here, but I just brew it in one of these mason jars because I can create different settings on my coffee maker. So I usually just make like an extra large cup of it. It seems to be working. I have some left over if I do want, you know, some later. All right, now what you do with the Emerge blender going is you will slowly pour in your coffee and it will create this amazing frothy goodness. It is so good. Please try it before you knock it, because it is one of those things that I never thought would taste remotely like it does at all. So make sure that you give it a try. Here we go. I think that's as frothy as we're going to get it without me making an absolute mess. And then what I do is I normally just will pour in the rest to top it off and then give it a stir. And that is it. And this coffee, you guys, I'm telling you right now, is so good. It is so creamy and absolutely delicious. So highly recommend you give it a try. I might even continue drinking this way. Who knows? Like, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get rid of my heavy whipping cream. Like, I do add 2 tablespoons to my morning coffee usually. So we will see. My half and half is dairy free. But this is definitely such a good option as well too. So this is what I'm having. It is literally almost 30 minutes since I woke up. Everything takes a little bit longer when you're recording, but I am going to drink this and enjoy it and sit at my table and enjoy my morning coffee. All right, we are ready for our first meal. It is a little bit later. I'm gonna have to like set alarms on my phone because you are supposed to eat every 3 to 4 hours. So I'm gonna have to set my alarm because it's almost 1 o'clock now. I did have my coffee, I think it was around 9 or 9:30. So now I'm ready for my first meal. And if you would have watched my last egg fast that I did about 1.5 years ago, I will link that video here. I will link day 1 up in the cards for you to watch. I resorted back to that video and things that I loved. So I loved, there was an egg pizza that I would make, and then there was also some sweet truffles that I would make. So I think right now I'm going to be making, the egg pizza. And you know, before you start thinking of all of the sauces, the pepperonis, we are not using any of that. We are literally using seasonings, topping it with cheese in order for it to taste, you know, like pizza, because obviously we cannot have those things while we are on an egg fast. So let me show you how I make my egg pizza. All right, so part of the egg fast rules is you do need to have a tablespoon of fat with each egg. So I had butter with my coffee, with my egg then. And right now I'm going to add some olive oil because I am going to be making my egg pizza. And I will add 2 tablespoons, because I'm going to make this with 2 eggs, to my frying pan here. Now, it's just because I am probably going to be splitting my meals, I think, into 3. Like, including my coffee, that would be 4. But other than that, I think I'm going to be splitting the rest of my meals into 3. So you're allowed 6 eggs, and I've already had 1, and I'm going to have 2 with this recipe. Eggs in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly beat 2 eggs in a small bowl. All right, now in with my eggs, I am going to be putting some basil. Sorry if the lighting is horrible here. And some oregano. And of course, my Redmond's real salt. We are gonna put a little dash of each in with this. And this is what's gonna give it the flavor of it tasting like pizza. And honestly, you guys, it tastes really, really good. This was one of my like favorite meals when I did the egg fast the last time. So we're just gonna mix all of that together, and then we are going to pour it into our frying pan. So depending on where you look, there is kind of like a mixture of rules as far as how much the cheese is concerned. However, I am going to be using 3 ounces per day. That is all I'm going to be using. So what I like to do is I like to measure out my cheese like for the whole day. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna measure out my 3 ounces, and then throughout today in the meals that I'm making, then I will make sure that I have the 3 ounces rather than, you know, so many grams here, so many grams there. I just measure it all out into ounces at the very beginning of the day. Before, when I was working, because now I'm at home all day, but before when I was working, I did all of my meal prep. As you would have noticed if you would have watched my last egg fast that I did, I literally did all of my meal prepping pretty much for the whole 3 days actually. So there we go. We have 3 ounces. This is the cheese that we are going to use throughout today. And I'm going to cover my pizza, my egg pizza, with some of this cheese. All right, so it didn't take very long for this to be cooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle my cheese on it. And then I am going to cover it. I turned off the stove, but also the heat from the omelet, it's not an omelet, the heat from the egg and everything will help melt the cheese. So I'm just gonna cover that for literally a couple of minutes, and then it will be time to eat.
All right, so this is my egg pizza all done. What I normally do with this is I probably will cut this in half once it's cooled. I put some sriracha as well on the top, but I will cut this in half and roll it up and eat it that way. That's how I prefer to eat it. But I'm telling you, this is so good. Once again, something really, really simple, but definitely hits the spot during an egg fast. Also wanted to mention how important it is to be taking your electrolytes. I will still be taking my electrolytes. I don't see any reasoning why I can't. But I think it's important, especially during this, because I know that I wasn't in ketosis before, like today. Like when I'm starting this, I am not in ketosis still. And this is exactly what I think I needed in order for me to continue on with eating the clean keto foods, keeping track of my macros, which I have been doing. But I feel like this will get me into deep ketosis. And, you know, after the 3 days, it will set me well on my way. But I want to say how important it is to drink your electrolytes during this process, especially if you are starting keto. If you are doing any form of fasting, please drink your electrolytes. In here, I have, well, the ice is melted already, but I have water, and then I also have my Relight electrolytes. These ones are my favorite. They make a world of difference for me personally. I just have felt a noticeable difference since taking these because I was out of them for like about a month or 2 months. And once I started getting this and started having the Relight brand electrolytes, I started feeling amazing. And I think it's just because the higher sodium content that is in Relight, and that makes all the difference comparable to others. Definitely make your choice, but Relight is really, really good. Also have the discount code if anybody is interested in trying them. Saves you 15% by using the code janetgreta. All right, it is almost 4 o'clock, you guys. So I am going to make actually both of my next meals. I'm gonna have 2 more meals. One is going to be just truffles, and it's gonna be like savory truffles. And then my next meal, a couple hours later, which will probably be around 6, because you have to finish eating 3 hours before bedtime. So I think it's gonna be 6 o'clock, and it's gonna be sweet truffles. So I'm gonna show you what I'm doing to make those truffles, and then I'll just show you the meals. This video is getting awfully long already, but I definitely want to kind of go into detail, especially if you've never done one before, and how I'm creating the meals that I'm doing instead of just, you know, showing you my actual meal at the end of it. So let me pan you down to my truffles. All right, I have my Dash truffle maker on the go. I was thinking I do have a 4 truffle maker, a bigger one. I think I'm gonna use that tomorrow, but today I'm just going to use my smaller single one. I have my last 3 eggs all in here, and I am also going to put all of my cheese, well, not all of it, because I do want to leave a little bit out to sprinkle on the top and the bottom, because it makes it so much more crispier and more better. But that is it. That's all I'm adding to my truffles, and then I will see how many I have at the end of it.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
All All right, I am just working on my last 2 truffles, which are going to be my last meal. I'm gonna make them sweet. I decided that I'm gonna make a grilled cheese with these truffles. I did add another ounce of cheese, which is totally acceptable. You can actually have up to like 4 or 6 ounces of cheese. So I'm gonna put the cheese here, and then I'm gonna put butter on the outside for my fat. And I'm just gonna grill it in a pan and make a grilled cheese with this. This is going to be my last meal, which is the 2 truffles. I heated them up in the air fryer for about 3 minutes. And then I am going to put some butter on that. And also you can use any sort of 0-calorie condiment as well on an egg fast. So I am going to be using the Walden's pancake syrup on my truffles here, and then that is going to be the last meal of the day. It is almost 6 o'clock, so that is perfect timing. I wanted to be done eating by 6, so that brings me to, I usually go to bed around 9 or 10 o'clock usually, so I wanted to be done by 6 o'clock eating. So this is going to be my final meal of the day. I hope you enjoyed day 1 egg fast with me, so make sure you stay tuned and watch tomorrow's video. I will be continuing on and we will do day 2 together. Thanks for watching.